Now, you heard, I'm sure you've heard some criticism of the president's trade policies from people who ought to know better. Because if you listen to the American media or you listen to a lot of politicians in our own country, they seem desperate to forget the very lessons that made Donald J. Trump the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America. Now, they attack us when we implement trade policies that do a very simple thing, rebalance trade in favor of American workers and American businesses instead of foreign workers and foreign corporations. I've talked to people here today who talk about expanding facilities, building new steelmaking facilities because of the trade policies that Donald J. Trump has implemented. And I'll ask all of you, the workers and the corporate leadership assembled here today, a very simple question. Do you want to ship American jobs off to the People's Republic of China? No. Do you want to rely on foreign corporations to make the things that you need in your homes and your families need every single day? So why don't we rebuild America's middle class? Why don't we rebuild American manufacturing? And why don't we rebuild American industry just like you're doing right here? And isn't it nice to have an administration that supports you for a change? So, you see these media personalities, they're pulling their hair out. They're saying, well, you guys, you're going to make it harder to manufacture in China. Isn't that bad? No, it's good. That's exactly what we want to do. They're saying you're going to make it harder for people to bring products in from overseas and undercut the wages of American workers. Exactly. That's exactly what we want to do. They're saying you're going to make it harder for foreign corporations, but you're going to make it easier for American businesses to build great things in America. And I say that's exactly right. That's not something to be sad about. That's not something to complain about. That is something to be proud of. And thank God we've got an administration that's finally looking out for American businesses and the American workers who employ them. Ain't that right? So I'm here today, and I got to tell you, it is such a personally amazing thing for a guy who was born in Middletown, Ohio, who was raised by a 40-year welder at a steel mill, to be able to come to this beautiful facility as the Vice President of the United States. And I can't help, thank you. I can't help but pinch myself that I get to spend the day in beautiful South Carolina with you fine people, pinch myself that I'm the Vice President of the United States, and pinch myself, of course, because I know that this country is still a place of great big American dreams. But it's only going to stay that country if we fight for it, if we fight for the jobs of the people here at this facility, if we fight to make it easier to build upon it and to build great things in the United States of America. I got to be honest with you. The American dream was not built by people selling digital advertisements in Silicon Valley. The American people was built by people like you. The American dream was built by steel makers and auto workers and people who work with their hands. And I think another thing we got to do is we got to send a message, ladies and gentlemen. I think you all know this better than I do, but I learned a little bit today that you all don't just work with your hands, you work with your heads in amazing ways. This is an incredibly high-tech facility. I'm sure you all are amazed at how much you can do. You got about 1,000 workers here, and they're earning great wages and doing a great job. How much those 1,000 workers can do to build the American dream of the future.